So what do you make of William Nylander coming up? Breaking news from Leafs Nation. Does it mean anything other than the fact that his team in Sweden, I think they're in last place. They're not playing very well, and maybe the Leafs are just saying, look, let's get him to North America right now and let's get him acclimated.
You know, he's got a long way to go to becoming a full-time NHL player. He is, he's very dangerous in the offensive zone, but he's very dangerous in the defensive zone, if you know what I mean, fill in the blanks, and needs to kind of become a man and has a tremendous amount of skill. All the guys that I know that are scout and watch really like him, but also think that he's got a ways to go to become a full-time NHL player. So, I'm a big fan of, if that's your asset and that's your player that you want to develop, then get him in the right kind of development phase, and the right development phase probably isn't staying in Sweden.
Did you, what did you make of what you saw of him during the World Junior Tournament?
I liked
the bits that we saw of him.
I did. I thought he was the guy. You know, we did a thing on Wednesday night. We looked at a couple of the Detroit guys, and Detroit. There's no myth as to how they draft. They draft skill. Mm-hmm. They look at a player and they say, "We'll get Maltby and Draper somehow. We pay $1 to Winnipeg and get Draper, but we're going to draft skill." And so you look at a guy like Nyquist, who was drafted 120th, and there were 116 guys that were bigger than him. They didn't look at a guy and go, "He's big. Let's get him." Mm-hmm. They looked at Tatar, who was drafted 60th, and there were 57 guys that were bigger than him. And one of them was Landon Ferraro, who they drafted 2. So really, they drafted 2 guys that were kind of around the same size. Mm-hmm. So they draft skill. And to me, that's probably a pretty good thing, right? Because 24 straight years in the playoffs, pretty good recipe for success. And I think the Leafs kind of took a page out of the book. They didn't look at him and say, "Oh, he's too small. He can't do this. He can't do that." They just said he's a really skilled guy. And hey, I can remember in 2008, I had a trip to Washington, and I went down to a morning skate. The Capitals were skating, and these 2 little guys came on the ice after, and I thought, "Oh, okay, 2 little guys," and obviously one of the guys on the team, that's got to be their kids, and they were so skilled. I thought, how old are these guys? And it was the Nylander boys. And I like that. We're talking years ago, and I thought, wow, are they skilled? And here they are now. You've got one that'll get drafted this coming year and one that's been drafted, but I'm a big fan.